He's probably running behind. Let's go.
Okay.
Being live streamed. Yay.
All right, we're going live and we're going to record. Oh,
Cool.
I better shut it off on these pause it
There's
on
the
Facebook.
Whedons.
Hi guys.
Hi, how you guys?
Hi,
Hi,
Whedon.
Tasha.
Hi, Susan. Love those cats. Look,
Merry
Lenny. Look at that
Merry Christmas.
Aw.
Look, we got it going on over here.
one.
Merry Christmas, Corbin. Merry Christmas.
Corbin.
Christmas.
Hi, Chris. Good to see you.
Okay.
Christmas.
The Grinch.
I think, yeah, he is. love the sweater, Bob.
All right, you guys. I think I muted everybody.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry for that. I
Love the sweater, Bob.
apologize there.
All right, you guys. I think I muted everybody.
Now I'm hearing
Sorry
myself.
for that.
Hold on, guys.
Apologize there. All right, you guys. I think
I got it on in two different places, you know, as it always does. Well, welcome, Crystal. Let me get it to where we can see ourselves. There we are. How are you guys? Thanks for being here tonight on the ER Shred Come Alive call. Oh my gosh, look at all these ugly sweaters. You guys are so awesome. I love it. Aren't they fun?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in bed. I'm in bed because I hurt my back. Saturday, I was doing some deadlifts. Didn't think I went heavy. I probably went a little too heavy. And then I went to the chiropractor on Monday, and whatever he popped down in the low back just pretty much, I'm just incapacitated. I've been out the last 2 days just lying down because I can't even move. And Crystal's been dressing me and feeding me
Yeah.
and everything else. So, but it's good to be with you guys, and so grateful that you guys could all be here. I told you there'd be a surprise tonight.
Wait, we have to finish the ensemble.
What are we doing?
It's your beard ornaments.
Whoa, look at that. I've got beard ornaments. I didn't even know this was going to happen. I'm glad I had a beard. If you didn't have a beard, you couldn't do beard ornaments.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's pretty cool. I would wear these out and about. I would wear these out and about, and my kids would be ticked. They'd say, "Get those off, Dad. It's not funny. Get them off." Well, you guys, this is going to be so much fun. I don't want to take any time, Crystal.
Just keep
I don't want to
going.
take any time tonight because, you know, Stephen had an idea, and Stephen Rebel contacted me and he said, "Sean, I've got a great idea. Let's, you know, we've got so much talent on this board, and what we could do is we could have a singing contest like Christmas carols. And so every one of the board members could have an opportunity to sing a Christmas carol, and Stephen will kind of MC it and, you know, pass it around, and then we can all vote on who the winner is." Jesse, stand up. Let me see that sweater. Oh, twins.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. That's cool. I
Do you want to
like
do
that.
it on the other view so that
Yeah, let's
people
go
can
like
get
this
close
now.
up? You can
There you
see
go.
close-ups.
So this is, wow, this is great.
Ooh, you look good.
That's new for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over to Stephen, and you board members better not have run anywhere yet. You better not have run away. But Stephen, you out there?
Yep, I'm out here.
All right, brother. I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can do your things. That sound good?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, so who's my first volunteer? No, I'm just kidding, guys. No, I just wanted to, my thought was, you know, with everything that Jesse's been doing with Sean, with Bob, I just really was thinking about how you guys have been uplifting to this whole community, and just really grateful for all the ways that you call each other on too and uplift one another. And I was really inspired by what Jesse did with Sean and getting all these people to just say some really wonderful words of gratitude to him. And so I thought, in the spirit of giving, in the spirit of holidays, to pass it over to you guys, everybody on the board, and just take a night and thank you, each one and every one of you on the board tonight. And so that's the game plan tonight. And I have volunteers on Zoom lined up to share some words of gratitude for each and every one of you. And so, yeah, I'm excited to do that, guys. So without further ado, I want to be mindful of time here, but I just wanted to thank everyone that did join tonight. That's either on Facebook Live or on Zoom. Thank you all. Thank you to all the volunteers who are going to be sharing tonight. I'm really grateful for all of you for stepping up. And, I just wanted to remind everyone, like, happy holidays, however you celebrate that, Merry Christmas or Kwanzaa or whatever that celebration is for you guys, Hanukkah, whatever that might be. But I just want to say happy holidays. I hope everyone has a wonderful, prosperous time with their family, a relaxing time with your family and friends, and just have a wonderful new year. So one thing I wanted to share real quick was just a small quote that I thought was appropriate for this evening. Compliments can be a useful tool to nurture and enhance relationships. And this is by a psychotherapist. And she said, ultimately, it contributes to a deeper, more intimate connection. And I just thought that was so fitting for what we're really building here in terms of community and everything that this is all about, right? Like Jesse, I don't know how many times you said it, like Susan, Sean, Bob, Adam, like all you guys, like you embolden your community, like in the way that you embrace it. And that's what's so beautiful about this. And it's not just you guys, it's everybody on this call that sees this. It's everybody in our group. It's the 23,000 members that just make this community so special, right? And so I was hoping that I don't see Adam. Hopefully he's coming soon, but I may have to skip over him just for the moment.
Start with someone else.
But I'll start off. So let's switch over to Bob for a minute, and so I'm going to call out. I think Rick. I saw Rick and Tasha. So go ahead, and guys, the mic is yours. I want you to go ahead and take oh, by the way, real quick, just to let everybody know, I told the group volunteers this, but just to keep time of essence of mind. Please try to keep everything to 2 minutes per person if you can, and that way we just be respectful of everybody's time and also be able to make this a fun-filled time for everybody. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Rick and Tosh. Appreciate it.
Hello, Shredder Nation, board members. Just want to give a big high five to Stephen Rabel. Big ups for him taking leadership on this, putting this together. Having the board think they were going to sing, gonna have to do a dance or a jig for us, but this is just great. So, and we want to be mindful of time as well, and want to edify the entire board. We're grateful for what this board brings to this community. We're grateful for all the board members that are part of this. So I guess I'm leading off, and I'm leading off with Bob Sivright. So Bob, you paying attention over there? I met Bob Sivright probably about 5 or 6 years ago, not physically, but I stalked him. He doesn't know this. His good friend and dear colleague, Peter Greenlaw, I followed him religiously from a product standpoint. And Peter did a series on a podcast that was a 5-part series that included Bob Sivright talking about the investment strategy around Isagenix. And he had me at investment strategy. He had me at hello. Bob and I share, he's a finance background, and Bob served many, many years in the financial world, and I a few. So I really appreciated how he approached this opportunity that we have here, because I heard everybody else kind of speaking network marketing speak that I didn't understand. And Bob was analytical, he was precise. I saw his leadership, I saw his servant heart back then, 6 years ago, and I knew that he was somebody that I would stalk for quite some time, and I have been stalking him since. So fast forward to the Shred days, about a year ago, even before I had the pleasure of meeting Bob, I saw Bob, as many of us have, walking around his neighborhood or his backyard with his crazy dog barking in the background as he's screaming at him, hey, stop it. And I would see him walking around, and he, I just loved how he views things, and I can appreciate his approach to them. But like I said, I think we have a kindred spirit of how we think. And he started talking about this ER shred, and a good friend of ours, Brad C, who had gone first and tried this, said, I'm going to do it. But I said, I need more information. And Bob was talking about a book called The Big Fat Surprise, and how that book was transformational for him in this ER shred. So again, stalking the stalker that I was, that I followed Bob and loved everything that he said, I decided to read that book myself. And after reading that book, it was a wrap. I was all in, tried my first shred. I've done 6 shreds since. I've been able to reduce my pounds and everything for 40 pounds. So I'm so grateful to this whole community of ER shred, because but for stalking Bob 6 years ago, really falling in love with who he was, and then seeing how that shaped for the entire board, I was really excited that I could have the opportunity to share my love and appreciation for Bob and the entire board. So thanks, Bob, for getting me on board. Thank you for all you do, and thanks for everything all you board members do.
Thanks, Bob. We love you. You guys are brothers from another mother, though. Too much in common. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That means an awful lot, and it's mutual. Love you guys.
Tracy, you're up next.
Oh my gosh, I got on just in time. I'm sorry I'm late. So I didn't get to hear all the accolades so far, so I'm going with completely new material, but I know that I'm here to thank Bob. Where are you, Bob? You really shifted me in a way that I never told you about, because I have really been passionate about the Isagenix products for many years, since 2014, for personal reasons, and that it really helped recover my son from a very serious life-threatening diagnosis. But when it got to about 2020 and I was struggling with my own health, I found ER shred, but I didn't really have any success in the business at that point. I don't have this great transformation. I have a lot of people that I have started and had great success, but when they hopped back in the shred, it kind of took on its own life. But I still didn't think I had a team. When you called me and wanted to interview me, I was like, whoa, why me? Like, I was really like, why me? But I was like, well, my thing is just say yes first, don't think. So I said yes. When we had that private conversation, that's when I knew this was really special, because of what you and I shared, and you took the time like nobody else has ever taken in my business to get to know me, to get to know what I'm about, to get to know what my sister and I had in common. And at that point, I was significantly impacted. And it didn't happen until after the interview when I said, wait a second, I actually am I am a leader, and I have a team. I have a lot of people that had friends, and they started the shred, and they just started spreading it. And I'm so ignorant that I was like, oh, I don't even have a team. And at that point, you turned the lights on and you said, like, Tracy, like, I realized after talking to you that I did have a team. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. That would not have happened if you had a 15-minute call with me and then we were off and then we had an interview. But you spent time with me like no one has ever spent with me ever in the history of Isagenix, ever, and cared. And it wasn't about business. It was about me and my relationship with my sister and the effects that it had on our lives together, and how, and then just as getting personal, but how it really saved our lives and her life, and how that impacted me in a way that you cared to take the time to get to know all about that story. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Bob, go ahead if you have anything you want to share on your end as well.
No, I'd like to just thank Sean and Crystal for the opportunity to have this platform, and gifts keep giving. I mean, you just give out, you have no expectation. You don't know what you're going to get back in kind, but we have something so special. All I can beg and ask all of you is to dig deep and think about who you can impact. And it's always the person you least expect. But you start this process, this miracle that we have discovered, ER Shred, sharing, paying it forward and caring about others, the dividends that you're going to get back, it's impactful. I don't normally get emotional. I have before, but you guys got me tonight. And it's just recognition of what we have, something that is so special, so deep, as Sean says. There's so many levels to this, and it encompasses all of life. It isn't just about health. It's about mental well-being. It's about how we show up in this world. It's our purpose. It literally can give us not only a lifeline for our own health, but it gives us something to live for that inspires us to do better, to be better people. And there's nothing that is better relatable to the holidays than ER Shred. So thank you, Tracy. Thank you, everyone in this whole community. And again, thank you, Sean and Crystal, for allowing me to have a platform.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who shared for Bob, and also Bob, what you shared. So next up, I have Susan Rothman. And Lisa, are you out there, please? Just unmute for me when you get a chance. There you go.
Yes, I am.
All right, you have the floor.
Okay. Susan Rothman is her name. One fine herbalist. She'll also a fantastic nurse. So add that to her list. Add holistic nutritionist to her resume. And how much more could I possibly ever say? Oh, there's so much more, which I will tell you if on this call you'll stay. She gives us so freely of her time to those in need of help with weight, health, and stress, so many things, but you won't find her on Yelp. You'll find her on this call each week where you can just reach out. She'll always be there with advice if you give her a shout. So if you wonder where you stand, who else is on that scale, she'll guide you through a system in which you cannot fail. If making changes frightens you and fills you full of dread, she'll make you feel real comfortable with the remarkable ER Shred. You can always count on Susan to set you on the trail toward getting healthy and feeling fit. She's known to never fail. And with all that and greater still, she's such a trusted friend. Our love for her runs true and deep and will not ever end. Thank you so much, Susan, for all your guidance. We love you. Truly love you. You're awesome, Susan. We really appreciate you. And to the entire board, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your positive energy and support each and every day. You are truly appreciated. Healthy and happy holidays to all of you. Love you all. We
Susan,
muted.
go ahead. If you want to say anything real quick, you can. You're on mute. Susan, you're still on mute. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Hear you
Can
now.
hear me? Lisa, thank you so much. That was so cute. And you know I love you. I'm just really grateful to be a part of all this. And, it's enriched my life in so many ways. And of course, it's in the giving. And what we've co-created here in this community is just mind-blowing. So I'm looking forward to just more, Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Touch me.
Love you. Thank you.
All right. Next up, I have Natasha Whedon. Natasha, you out there still? I see you. There you are.
I'm here.
All right, go ahead. The floor is yours.
So I just, I don't have a poem or anything. That's a kind of a tough act to follow there, Lisa. So I'm just gonna do what I can from the heart.
You got this.
Susan, you are amazing. I think I knew that you and I were bonded forever when every day a motivational quote or any kind of quote, a positive quote, a not so positive quote, and I resonated with everything you say and you post. And I was like, who is this person in my head who kind of just knows how I feel and knows how the world should be, and wouldn't it be a kinder place and wouldn't it be more amazing? And then we got to kind of know each other through this journey and talk and all. Susan, you have literally supported people I know personally, people on our team and people who are doing ER Shred and all, who would not have gone through it and not made it, had made different choices. And it's your incredible knowledge as a holistic nurse and nutrition. It's your empathy. It's the way you relate to them, and you feel their fear and meet them there. And I've watched you and heard you on calls together with people who were literally like afraid of the change, because it is, right, guys? Like, this is huge change.
Yeah.
And even though there's all the gifts that come with the change, it's change. And most people are afraid of that. And Susan, you handhold, you're there, you're always there to help. Just creating those relationships with people and being available and being so knowledgeable and so sweet and so caring and so giving of your time. So I just really want to thank you. I feel so blessed to call you a friend, a sister. We were supposed to meet in person. It didn't work out this time, but it just means it's going to be all the sweeter when that time comes. And I just love you. I think you're the greatest gift. And I think this board is the greatest gift. And this community is so amazing. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of it and to be able to tell you how absolutely wonderful you are.
Thank you, Tasha.
You're welcome.
You know I love you. You're like a soul sister. We just connected right away.
We sure did.
Yeah. And I'm glad your people are doing well. I love doing that. So many people are boxed into corners. We need to get them out.
Yeah, but even there personally, but also just on this platform, like when you and Jesse get on those calls, my God, it's like masters of the universe, you know, speaking both of you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Mimi, you're up. Are you out
All
there?
right. So I'm here to express gratitude for you, Susan. And there's so many things I would love to say to encompass all of what you mean to me. But I just think the mainstream thought that I have in my gratitude for you is that for a time, I was just wandering on a trail and I really had no direction. It was left, it was right. It was up and down, rocky. When I came into my own understanding, you were there. And the first message I got from you, I think, was in response to something I posted. And you said, I know exactly where you are. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Susan knows where I am. Because you were like this entity, you know, like this person. And then it was still like 8 weeks. What took you so long? It was 8 weeks until you finally said, hey, let's stop around and get together for breakfast, but bring your balloons. It was after I did the balloons. So I meet you and I'm scared to death because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. And you were so genuinely just, I don't want to say Zen. You were just open, inviting. I actually, you asked me to help you with something. It was going live that day. Mm-hmm. What an incredible thought to me. Like, oh my gosh, she wants me to help her with something I know how to do. And then we became friends. And it's not just the journey of Ear Shred. It's in my sobriety. It's in my relationship with my sister. It's in my relationship and my understanding of my parents and their aging and their illnesses. It's been about who I let in and who I want to release from my life in relationships. And I think the most powerful thing you ever said to me was after a live, when you said, oh my gosh, you should be my sponsor. And I thought, wait a second, that means I'm getting it. I have something, like it reinforced my belief that I am a recovered alcoholic and addict. I'm not recovering. I mean, we're supposed to say it certain ways, but here's how I feel because of you. I have value. I understand who I really am. When I lose my way, I can go to any number of people, but you're the one that I usually go to first, and you're there. And you're like that for everybody. I don't know how you do it, but I'm so blessed by you. And I want you to know how much I love you so much. And that's all I wanted to say. I think you mean that to so many people. And then today, and I haven't even finished reading your post, but your holistic corner creates such a whole understanding for me, just right down to basic ingredients. And I've always wanted to know those things, but you have already learned those and you pass them on. So thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. And you're so special, Mel. And, I guess we bonded because of, some things that we have in common. And, I said it to Jesse, I think the other night, we're all just walking each other home. And because of the vulnerability and everything that is set up in this group, we get to be vulnerable with one another and to give in a way that just fills us up. So it's so natural and it's so human. And you Mel, you're a light, honey. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Ever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I am up next. I've got Heather C Leonard. So I'll tell you what, let's do this. Rocio, I'm going to have you go ahead and go first. I had somebody else. Heather, I did have Cindy Whitney Clark, but she at the last minute got sick. So I'm going to read something to you, but I want to have somebody say something to you first. I think that would be the appropriate way to go about this. So you're up.
So mine going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Whew. I am going to talk about Heather. What can I say about Heather, right? I know that you all agree that she is the best at what she does for us as a board member. It's just amazing. We have we have a live video, one of our Tuesday calls, Wednesday calls. And it's within minutes, it's up on YouTube for all of us to share and reshare and all this kind of stuff. And it's just, you are Zen for sure. For me personally, as I've been working on doing translations for the Spanish, ER shred that we're ready to be spearheading and different things, you were like, oh, Rocio, send me, let me know what you need. Let me send you the documents and all this kind of stuff. And you were so ready to help. And that really meant a lot to me. Just, having you guys, having the board at our fingertips and knowing that we're supported is huge. And that's how I feel when it comes to you, Heather. I feel like you've got our backs, you've got everybody's back, right? And for me, also watching you and your walk, the way you're a mom, girl, you are like the mom I want to grow up to be like, because I can see not only that you get the year shred, not only that you get the lifestyle, but you're passing it on to the next gen. And for me, that's, as a mom with young kids, that's something that I not only can relate, but that's something that I also want to do. Because once the light goes on, you're like, oh, how can I help not just myself, not just those people around me, but like, how can I help the next generation so that we can better prepare our kids, you know, and they don't have to go through what we've been going through. So to me, it's just watching you and your little shredder day in and day out. I always look for, well, one, I look forward to seeing those morning photos of yours and your updates on your workouts. And I'm like, this woman never sleeps. She's like a, you know, female version of Jesse James Jamnick. You know, like, I'm like, this woman doesn't sleep and she's up and running. And I'm still like not even awake when she's doing all her workouts and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, once again, I'm like, wow, this is what the ER Shred does. This is what, you know, the ER Shred has done for her. And I love it. So I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful for what you have, that you have not only like taking hold of, you know, the ER Shred and the culture and everything, but you are a leader in this. You use the skills that you have to make this like the success that it is. And so we are so grateful for you. And I can talk for hours, but I probably shouldn't. Steve said 2 minutes, so love you.
Well, you know what? The boys don't know how to teach bell to bell. They don't know how to talk bell to bell. So we can use whatever time limits we want to. But Rocio, thank you so much for that. Because, you know, as I've shared before, 2020, like, burned out my passion for teaching until Sean gave me the platform to just reignite that passion. And that's what I feel like my value is educating and making it so it's simple and at your fingertips. So I feel like everything that I gained through the chaos that was shutting down school systems and learning how to organize, it was preparing me for this journey, to be here, to be able to make that for everybody. So I'm so grateful to be able to do that. I'm so grateful to finally have that passion. I will tell you, I'm feeling the teacher tired now, though. That 4:30 workout tomorrow, I'm not sure if it's going to happen because we still have one more day of school, but thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. And it is important for us to set the example for the next generation, because you see what's coming up, and we got to make our leaders ready for the next community. So thank you.
Well said. Yeah, so I'm going to just read. I'm going to try the best to paraphrase, but elaborate at the same time from Cindy, what she sent to me. So she obviously mentioned you're a very special board member to her, Heather. She said she laughed because she said, I can't believe I lost my voice. She said that you all have been good friends for a few years, but she really appreciates how much you step up, you share your knowledge with everyone. She really feels the inspiration and the motivation that she gets from you every day of just everything that you do, how consistent you are. She said you're definitely a true leader, but you're also a great friend. So you lead, but you care for others, and that you hold nothing back and tell it like it is. And she loves it. She loves that about you. Among other things, she's mentioned that you helped her and supported her with sharing Isagenix and the ER Shred and just educating her 10-year-old granddaughter and her family. And she's watched specifically from last October to the end of February in regards to the ER Shred. And she finally took the plunge in March, and she hasn't felt the need to look back because she values what you do, what you share, and she just knew that what you were telling her she needed. So she's just grateful that you've always been there for her and everyone, with a million questions from, even though she's asked you a million questions, and just from her friends too. But she said you've really given her the confidence to share with others too, and so much more. She's just really grateful to you as a friend, for all you do. And lastly, she just wanted to say in general to the board that she's just grateful for all you guys, and for the special community here. She's followed Sean and Crystal and Jesse for a really long time. And so she looks up to you guys and she follows your advice, and she listens intently when you guys are speaking. So.
And you know what else about that one? She's a quiet one who watches us, but she's a Grammy paying it forward to the next generation. And Lily is watching, and Lily is right there with us. And she's getting there. She's working on her. She's getting strong. She's she's going there. So Cindy's also paying it forward to see those little ones bring it forward as well. So it's so nice to see. And she and I have been a heartline, as we call it. We're not connected, but yet we are heartlines across the board. So
Nice.
So awesome. I did have Michelle lined up for you as well, and unfortunately, she had some other challenges. Actually, if everybody would just keep her in your prayers, if you pray at all, because or just lift up prayers. She's going through a pretty rough time right now with just family in hospital and whatnot. So I'm sure she'd appreciate that. And then, oh, you know, I did have Kathy though. Is Kathy out there? There she is. I see you, Kathy. Just gotta get you unmuted.
Oh, Kathy.
Ah, there I am, unmuted. Yay. Okay, I have some notes, some life notes. I think one of the things that I love the most about Heather is that she really does have like the same kind of brain that I have. Like she likes the same things that I like. She puts lives together in such a way that it makes perfect sense. Like it's logical. You can follow it. And for me, when I was coming in and trying to figure out if this was going to be something I could do, that was so helpful because I didn't have to guess about where do I go, what do I do. It was just right there. And another thing I really like is she posts like interesting things about the community, like spreadsheets and pie graphs and just really interesting stuff that like, I find fascinating and it just speaks to me. So I really enjoy that. The other thing I really enjoy about Heather is that when she posts things that she makes for her son, and the next generation is important to me as well, because I have small grandchildren. She'll post something, and you know, she doesn't measure or whatever, but people will ask, like, what do you do? How do you do that? And she comes up with the actual measurements so that people who are not as creative can figure out how to replicate it. And I just love that about her. So I appreciate you so much, Heather. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for the leader that you are and for the way that you bring so much joy to being our chief educator. So thank you.
thank you, Kathy. And you know, I love seeing that. I see you with those grandbabies and I'm following your journey. And it's just so, that's why we do it. Just to see the impact we can have. You know, that's why I went into education. I wanted to make an impact on lives. I've just found a new path to do it now. And I thank you all for that. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess Colin wasn't able to make it tonight, but that's fine. I'll keep moving down. And Ricky, I'll probably give you an opportunity to share as well with somebody else at this point if you didn't jump on. So next up, we got Sean and Crystal Escobar. So Lenny, if you're out there,
Steven.
It's not there. Do you want me to move on, Sean? I can come back.
No, you do whatever you want to do. I just wanted to let you know that even if we do it with Colin not being here, we can always make sure he catches the replay. So keep that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Good point. So why don't I do this? Mimi, why don't you go ahead and share on here about Colin and how much he's done and the things he's done for you.
I am so grateful that I get to speak about Colin. I think I reached out to Colin after I saw Bob's interview with, no, it was long before that, but I saw something that Colin posted and I sent him one of those messages from his story and he immediately sent me back a voice clip. You know what I really like about Colin is he's about the same age as my oldest kid, but he treats me like you know, like I'm just one of his young people. And so he sent me this thing and he's like, hey, we're going to open up a community. It's called Team Pay It Forward. If you could help me, I just want to bring some young people in, help them do this. And I'm like, how am I going to help that? And so we started talking. We talked about monkeys and iguanas and ocean waves and in Costa Rica. But listen, for Colin, the way he has helped me in my mindset with money, I had, hang on, he reaches out to me with voice clips that are just so such a blessing. So with this one, he's actually.
You had that breakthrough. I'm so proud of you, and you're gonna be amazing. And what's better than being able to help people pay it forward and create income?
Can you hear it?
At the same time? There's nothing better. It's incredible. We have such an amazing opportunity here. It's so amazing. We're so blessed. We're so grateful to have this, and I'm just so blessed and grateful.
Okay, so this was about my mindset around earning. Hang on, about earning money. You know, like because all my life I've grown up with children of the Depression era. So my parents were in the Depression, Great Depression, and we made do with what we had. We just were supposed to be happy with what we had and not really strive to make gains financially and create wealth for ourselves. And Colin immediately started the shift in me with that. He's like, look, money is not bad. I mean, a lot of people have helped me with that, but the way he spoke to me was just like the average Joe. He's so humble. He comes from such great places, and he's so humble in how he speaks to me. And so with that, in my opinion, with humility comes greatness. And so he just said, look, there's nothing wrong with creating wealth for yourself when it can actually give you the opportunity to help more animals. Look at what you could do with the cats that you're helping. Look at this, look at that. And so he causes me to think. And every once in a while he'd reach out and send something cute about his son Grayson, and or he'll talk to me about what's going on down at the ocean when he's gone surfing. So I just appreciate that Colin is here, and that his energy is more to the idea that whatever I am willing to do to create business is a good thing. And he's always edified me in my energy. You know, I have kind of a young soul. I make also a young soul. I'm kind of a kid, but he embraces that, and he's like, go for it, man. I stood outside of Weight Watchers and talked to people, so he gives me cute and fun ideas, and I just appreciate him so much. So thank you, Colin, so much for the friendship. He's every once in a while I'll get something from him that just says, hey, I'm thinking about you. Grayson says hi. We trade a lot of stuff, and he's in Costa Rica, for goodness sake. I just love you, Colin. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mimi. Wonderful share. Thank you very much. And I saw Rike at one point. There you are.
He's there.
You got mute. You still on mute. Yeah, there you go. I don't hear anything right now, Rike. I don't know if you got to turn off your volume, maybe.
Got me? All right. So I had this whole thing planned, and I've kind of had a hectic last couple of days. And, Colin, I'm just getting in tune with Colin a lot. And the biggest thing that has impacted me with him is, one, he's all about ER shred, first off, but the fact that he lives a true, authentic life. He was in the neighboring state from me. Without knowing it, his family has impacted my family's life because I literally grew up watching his dad with my grandma. And then I started looking into him more. I've seen his King Grayson, and I've watched how he interacts as a father. And, that's kind of what I strive for with my family. The fact that he loves dogs. Seiko and Silky are their names. And with Colin, I haven't had an opportunity to talk with him as much. I've been trying to, but life's been crazy the last couple of weeks. So I've been doing the stalking thing on his page. And it's been kind of hard to sit there and not hit like or love or anything like that, because I wanted to keep this kind of under wraps with it. But the way he is, I've heard those messages that Mimi just shared. And that's the kind of person that I strive to be, someone that truly cares for others. And that's where he's impacted my life. I've seen how he celebrates others' successes. And I love watching his stories. And after we get off this call, all those stories that I've wanted to heart are going to get hearted. So he's going to get spammed. And, you know, there's so many here that I could show gratitude for. And I'm looking at all your guys' faces, and there's just so much emotion, because every day, every one of you helped to inspire and make me a better person. And that's, if that mindset slips, you guys are where I go. You guys are who I turn to. And I do have to, I have to do a special shout out for one person real quick. And that's Kathy. Thank you for the gift. We got it today. We are not open until Christmas. I just want to say, you know, thank you. And, you know, with Colin, I would love to go visit Colin in Costa Rica one day and have him teach me how to surf. And maybe I'll be the big crybaby like his son was at one point. So thank you guys.
Thank you to you both. Thank you very much for that. All right. Well, Jesse, we haven't had the opportunity to talk about you. So I think Paul's out there still. Paul, you out there somewhere? Paul Suppley?
He was, right?
He was on the call, but I think he might have had to run back. He had some stuff going on with the restaurants. All right, well, I'm going to get a chance to share. Well, what can I say, Jesse? I mean, dude, every week, like, I think you just top whatever you say. Like, I can't even, like, I think you say it, you're like, I don't have nothing left. And then you just like bang it out of the park even better every time, right? Like, I think everybody on this call would agree with that. Like, just the way, the presence you have, the confidence you have, like all those things, I know, like, you can tell that you've worked on all those things, like all those areas of your life that are, and you've done it because you've wanted to inspire others, not because it was, maybe it started out as selfish need potentially, but honestly, I can tell like that's grown, like that's changed, like that vision that you have to just care for those around you, like the way that you talked to Robert last night, like, you know, that's just true heart of wanting, just seeking the best for others, and just wanting to pour that out to those around you, to your family, to your son, to Grayson, to your daughter, like you know, all those ways that you shared with us your life, and really all the ways that the board, the different members of the board have shared their lives. It's just like, it's so impactful. And so, brother, you've pulled me out of my own head and just gotten to like giving me the kick in the butt that I needed to just, you know, push forward, and just be grateful. And yeah, I second that, Joyce, for sure. You know, it's great to have you on the call, Joyce. And I do have my mom on here as well. So thank you, Mom, for jumping on. Her name is Kathy, if you can see her down there. But I'm just grateful for all you've done, Jesse, like all the ways that you have educated me. You've re-educated my mind to understand the importance of good nutrition. And you've just taken it so deep. And then everybody on this board has done that. Like, they've taken it so deep for me in so many different ways. Bob, definitely with like mindset, like on your calls, and Sean, just for taking that risk and just being willing to put yourself out there. And, you know, Susan, yeah, like, man, I just, some of the ways that you've touched some of the people that we've dealt with, like, I can't even begin to express it. It's amazing. All you guys are amazing. Heather, like, yeah, there's no way that any of us could match your talents as it relates to like disseminating information, right? Like, that's why I love it. I love how you turn your passion around. So, but Jesse, yeah, man, I'm just so grateful, brother. I can't say enough. Like, you've just done so many things for this whole community. And I'm so grateful for all the ways that you continue to inspire and continue to tell it to us how it is, because you're not afraid, because you love this community. So thank you.
And on a personal note, since he has the mic. But on a personal note, Jesse, really thank you for kicking his butt. Thank you so much, because you know, right? He can overthink things, and he cares so deeply, and that's what I love about him. But you just come and, you know, I'm like, what would Jesse say about this? And he like sends you a message, and you give him a call, and you just set him straight. And I just love it. Like, I'm like, just give Jesse a call, like, because he's gonna do the work that I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much.
Are you trying to say I need to send you a counseling invoice?
You might have to.
So cool. So cool. This is so cool. You know, it's crazy. I love you guys so much. I've told you this before. I appreciate this so much. But here's what I think the coolest thing is. As much as I inspire, or you say that I inspire you and help you, I don't think everybody realizes how we do that for each other. And that's really the beautiful thing about this. Like, you know, I pull my strength and the person that, you know, believed in me when I felt like a complete pile of smelly dog poo, you know, is the guy laying in bed with lights flashing on his beard who's distracting me because of the jingles. You know, and it's like, you know, like I can pull that, and I know he's pulled from his parents and his mentors, and, you know, I can pull from Lenny, and you know, we all are on this mission. When I try to help you, it's just because of stuff that somebody's helped me with, and I can turn around and reciprocate that information to you, and at the same time help you. I remind myself, and this is the beautiful thing, how we can kind of tie all this together, if you will. You know, isn't it so cool that we can just all share this with each other, and just take it in a way where it's like I feel it, you know what I mean? The goosebumps are there, and it's just such a cool thing. It's the brink of like emotions and laughing, and I mean, it's just such an amazing thing. So I just wanted to point all that out, and I appreciate you guys for saying that. But for me, it's just, it just feels like the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be a better human every day. And my way to do that is to just take what I've learned and take what I've gone through and take what everybody else has taught me and just lead from that. Like, that's what it's all about. And be able to do that, it's like that ripple effect that I was talking about last night. That's what I think is the coolest thing. So thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, Paul might be on back later if we have time. But I do want to make sure that I don't know, is Steve Perel out there by chance? Anybody? Did anybody see a Steve Perel? Okay, that he was going to talk for Adam too. I would love to just share a note to Adam, because Adam does a lot. And I know he's busy, and I loved his little live or video that he just did with his kids. I don't know if anybody caught that right before we jumped on here, but it was absolutely hilarious. So I'd love to maybe get a hand raised if somebody or one or two people would like to just share for Adam and just share something on here, if that's okay, if somebody can do that for me. Any volunteers?
I would love to say that Adam has really helped a lot of people turn the corner in developing what the Now site has been for an an upgrade for people to have consistent reach outs. I wasn't able to keep my Now site just due to the place where the time that it came into my journey. But I know others who are still there, and Adam just continues to amaze me when he shares so unselfishly all the things that he's put so much time into, just like so many other people on the board. The other thing that I love about Adam is that he passes on the information from his sources and shares them to our page and causes me to look further into the subject. So he does follow Dr. Mark Hyman, and so much of what Adam pulls from Dr. Mark ends up coming to me by way of the ER Shred page, and then I'm able to actually.
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
I'm able to. It was an elf. So no, you know, Adam finds things that actually pair up and match up with what we're doing in ER Shred. And it's an additional validation to what we're already doing from an outside source who is a physician. And so I love that he shares. And then I just love that his family, you know, with the six pack, I always trip on that. You know, he left from the forefront. In the beginning, he was there a lot, but he left for a while to go to Disney and work there in Disney and relocated. But all along the way, he's been present in helping with the business. So I'm very grateful that he's done so much work and then unselfishly made it available to everybody who is furthering their business that way.
Thank you, Mimi. And Connie, did you have something? Go ahead.
Well, yes, Mimi said everything I was going to say, so I absolutely second it completely. I'm sorry for the interruption, Mimi. He thought we were muted. But I love the selflessness that Adam shares the information with us. And, you know, sometimes he'll throw something out there and it's information that we forgot to look at or if we didn't know was coming. And so he keeps us abreast of things besides his awesome education and knowledge that he's passed on with the Now site and everything else. Yeah, appreciate him tremendously. I just think he's really added a great piece to the board. So I thank Adam for that. Absolutely.
Thank you both. Thank you both. Grateful for that. Thank you guys for stepping up. I know we're running close to time here, so let's see. I'd love, though, I think Crystal's out there still somewhere. Oh, there she is. I'd love to have Natasha, or actually Kathy, I'm gonna let you start if I can, to share just a few words of encouragement and gratitude to Crystal for me, or for us, I should say. You're up. Still got to unmute if you can.
Oh, I think. Okay. So I get to share about Crystal, and honestly, I feel like since my journey began, I felt sort of compelled to listen to what Crystal says. I feel like Crystal is a very genuine person. I think that a lot of what she shares is very specific to growth, and I like that because for me, I have some challenges with, you know, personal development and growth. And I feel like it helps to know that, you know, other people who you look up to and admire also feel like they have those struggles and they're willing to be authentic and share them with you. So that's something that I really appreciate about Crystal. One thing that I also love about Crystal, I actually watched one of her podcasts and her Want to Be Balanced, and I was listening to her podcast episode number 125, and 125 really just touched my heart because she was saying that, you know, she had some doubts in her mind about what her role was, and you know, and here's Sean, he's very successful, and I just listened to that episode of that podcast and it just touched my heart because I feel like Crystal has so much strength and power and bravery that she puts forward to share with other people to help it instill in them that she's just, I don't know how to actually say all the things that I feel about Crystal, but she's just a wonderful human being. She's just very dear to me. One of the things I also love about Crystal is she has all these good recipes and tips. I watched her pancake recipe and her treats recipe and all of the things that, again, I can do to sort of pass it on to my family members, my grandkids, and that's important to me, and I love that. And the last thing that I wanted to say was her idea to come up with the 5-question interviews. I just love that. I have caught the first one, I caught part of it live, and the second one I listened to the replay. And I mean, they are seriously deep touching things that help you get to know people. And I just appreciate that so much. So thank you, Crystal.
Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. You totally got me emotional. It's just so sweet to hear you say that. So thank you. It really means a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, I think we have time. Do we have time?
Crying. Why are you crying? It was a happy thing.
Aw.
Try more. Stop.
What she just said, she said all these wonderful, nice things about you, and you're crying. Oh.
They're happy tears.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Natasha, I'll go ahead and let you share some words too.
Yes, I mean, you better. Are you kidding? Crystal, yeah, Kathy, you said so much that I really resonate with, and I can just kind of continue, and let's just keep with Crystal tearing up a little bit more. But I think one of the things about Crystal, to me, the word is authenticity. When I first got to know Crystal in the beginning when we were doing our shred, and of course, you and Sean, you know, how people do one thing is how they do a lot of things or everything. And you guys go against, you know, the grain, you go with what you believe. You're not afraid of like this, you know, questioning the status quo or, you know, feeling a certain different way. And obviously, because here we are with this amazing ER shred thing going, but I was listening to your podcast, and the first one I listened to was while I was in a big fight with Rick, and we were like, you know, he was in the cave and we weren't, you know, we were fighting and everything. And the first podcast I heard, Sean was like being really open about like your relationship and all. And it was crazy because I was listening to you guys and I was like, wait, that's us. Wait, he does that? No, wait, Rick does that. Oh, I do that. Crystal does that. I mean, you guys, you know, the whole thing where you watch The Notebook, and you know how in The Notebook, like they're fighting and then they tell each other they love each other and they drive each other crazy. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, we have found our soul couple, right? And then, you know, I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, it's just the same stuff. We haven't had a fight in like a week. Oh my God, yay. So it was so like, oh, we're not crazy or broken, or this is just how it's okay. Like, it's okay. So there was that. And then Crystal, you and I had some time together to do, you know, a podcast with Wannabe. I was so touched. And we did that. And then we did a longer one because we had so much to talk about. Because you were like, you know, I don't know if I want to be doing these things right now. I'm not feeling those things. And I was like, you know, I don't know if I want to be living here anymore. And I want to have more of a rootless life. And you know, like rootless living, not rootless.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to go, and I want to be able to do, and you and I were like, and why not if we can't do this? And I think you and I just both kind of were like, well, why not? And why not? And if we don't feel like doing it this way, then why not that way? And I have to tell you, that conversation has so much impact and has so much to do with the life that Rick and I have created these 6 months later, where we've actually are living what you and I just put out there. And you were like, why not? Do it. And I love that. I love that you have this, like, don't be afraid of anything, because we're all human beings. We're all in this thing and nobody gets out alive anyway. So, you know, it's like, just live out and be like full and give love. And what you're doing now with like getting to know with your lives and getting to know people, and how you love animals, and how you're there for your kids and your husband. And of course, you know, we both have cancer men. So that's, you know, right there, blue ribbons for us, right? Yeah. I just love you so much. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this. Our friendship and sisterhood has just been one of the greatest gifts. And love you both, and love everybody on this board. But Crystal, just keep, because you really lift us all up a lot.
Thank you so much, Natasha. I really do have so much love for you as well. And I've really, really enjoyed our conversations. It's been really like eye-opening for me too, just to like be able to bounce off our thoughts with one another, and just kind of helps create that space of like realization. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Ashley, I've got a little bird in my ear saying you would like to say a couple words. So when you're ready, floor is yours.
Sorry, Ricky and I had to switch seats really quick. So I just want to come on, Crystal. I just want to say how grateful I am for you. I mean, you have taught me so much just watching your lives and teaching me how to open up more and to speak out and to just be grateful for everything I have. You are such an amazing person. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. To be able to know that I can message you anytime I just need to talk. It's been great. But I just wanted to say thank you. You're such an amazing person, and you've helped me in so many ways to realize that it's with I had a rough childhood, a rough past, and you know, Sean knows a lot of the story of mine and Ricky's past and what we've been through, but to see another strong woman out there who's feels free and open to speak her mind, it's meant a lot to me, and I appreciate that. You're very uplifting and encouraging. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. I really am like so amazed by you, and you also give me that inspiration just seeing what you've been through and the kind of woman you are. Like, I just want you to know that the feeling is mutual. You inspire me.
Thank you.
Well, I kind of feel, Lenny, like you would be a good person to close us out. I know you wanted to share about Sean, so I'd love to have you say a couple words and kind of wrap this up for us, if that's cool with you.
Oh, wow. I'm just like, you guys, I got to the end there and I'm like, I'm not going to be called on. It's okay. Because I just took like 5 pages of notes of people praising other people. Sorry, I was getting a call right then. Hold on. So I just was like, I took pages and pages of notes, and I just want to honor this movement, this, oh gosh, where do I even start? Let's start with Crystal, because that's where we just left off. So, because I'm going to be about 2.5 minutes. Crystal, man, you and Sean, you guys, when I saw you, I should not have started with Sean and Crystal. That is a big mistake right there. Just their courage to leave something that they knew and just to watch their journey. I don't even know where I'd be without all your podcasts. Definitely should not have started with that. And then the whole journey of the untethered soul, and to now be journeying into the surrender experiment. Like, it's just, thank you for the podcast and letting me share part of my story. And Sean, for trusting me, bro. Just thank you for doing this, for building this. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to give us all of you. And you're just so beautiful and loving and authentic. And you guys are the soul couple. Dear God, where did I write that? Who said that? They're everyone's soul couple, okay, Natasha? Okay, I'm just gonna move on because maybe I should stop there, but I wanna just say a few things about everybody. Is that okay? Just a few people, because I don't even really know if I'm on the board, but I know Sean recently honored me with the spirit of the ER shred, which I love this movement, you guys. This is everything for me. I'm going all in 2022. I just want you to know that. And I know you all are too, but yeah, Heather, whoa, Shreducator. amazing consistency, leadership. Wow. Colin, rock star, hidden trainer on every stage. That guy is pure genius. Colin is. Bob, dear God, dude, you know, I am so grateful for the way you think, you know, and the way you got me to read Simon Sinek. And then because of you making Sean read it, and Sean told me about it, and then Jesse told me about it. We'll get to that. But then I read a couple books now, and then this book. I just want to say, Bob, this book I've been reading because of you. This book right here is Together is Better. And it's because I think Simon Sinek wrote this book for the shred movement, this book right here, because he says, you know, in here, it's like a child's book. It's so adorable. And it says, you can't do it alone, so don't pretend you can. That's one of the lines. It's all illustrated like a child's book, you know. And I just love it so much. And I just want to come back real quick here because Bob got me reading this and I'm so excited for it. But I want to read one more thing here that has really inspired me because of Sean and really his leadership. It says it's just another time. It's a little children's book. It says working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. That is so awesome. And that is Sean. And Crystal, they just courageously just jumped in with love to lead us. And then Jesse came on and then I'm sure I don't know all the things here, but amen to everything that they said about Susan. Susan did a 3-way call for me the other day. She doesn't even know me. She does this like epic 3-way call for this lady that has these issues. And Susan's just like giving everything. And she doesn't really even know me. Like, what? That's like an upline I always wish I had, you know? And so, Susan, you rock. Jesse, dear God, brother, you are inspiration personified. You make us all, what would Jesse do? What would Sean do? I think about both of those. What would Sean do, my hero? What would Jesse do, my hero? Like, who I want to be like, you know? And this whole concept of hero and superhero in this movement. And I just want to say, there's so many people to talk about right here, but I just think that right now, I just want to say, you guys, for 2022, if we're not putting love into it and fun, love and fun, love and fun, love and fun. Here, whoa. Love and fun. That's our leaders, Sean and Crystal, the crazy cat lady, Crystal, purity. She already sees the whole thing. They're just doing this because they love us. Crystal, you don't have to do anything to be the matriarch of the movement, you know, like just be you, you know. And you guys, I just wanted to share that from my heart. You guys are amazing. I love everything about this movement, and I just wanted to share those few words tonight. So thank you for letting me share.
We just love you so much, Lenny. So much. Like, you have no idea.
Lenny, you are so the spirit of ER
Yeah.
Shred. So the spirit. You're just perfect. Thank you so much. We love you, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for being on the call tonight and everybody watching on Facebook Live. I really, really appreciate your time. I know everybody's probably getting a little tired at this point, but I appreciate this. It was awesome. Like, I love doing this. This is why I love our community. This is why this is so vital and important. And we're just continuing to lift people up in 2022. Have a great night, everybody. And thank you for your time. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Love you guys. Bye.
Night.
Happy
holidays,
guys.
Steven, thanks for putting it all together.
Happy holidays, guys.
Thank you so
Merry
much,
Christmas,
Steven.
everyone.
Great seeing you
Love
all.
you all.
Happy
Love
holidays.
you guys. Bye, guys.
Great
Thank
job,
you all
Steven.
so much.
Thank you
This
for
is
putting this
amazing.
together.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Stephen.
thank you,
Thank you.
And really good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, Crystal and Sean.
Love you guys.
Yes.
We love
for
you guys.
sure.
Thanks, Steven. Great call.
Thank you, Connie.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Stephen.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Steven.
Thank you, guys.
Lots of heart. Love it.
Thank you.